Alright, yeah, so I'm going to be making a video here today. See how I got this chainsaw in the vise here? That's how I normally sharpen my chainsaws, you know, I'll put them in this vise. You can sharpen them. It's pretty easy because you can't really move the saw, but you can move the chain. I want to make something like this for when I'm out on the job sites so I can sharpen my saws a lot easier. You know, usually on the job site I usually have to use like the ground or something. It's kind of hard. It doesn't always work the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a vise. It's going to mount to the front of this thing right here. Pretty much right here. Right on this tray here. I thought about just welding a C-clamp to this. But I don't want to weld it directly to this. I want to be able to take it on and off if I need to. So it's going to be bolted down. So in order to do that, I got to weld a plate to a piece of C-clamp and then be able to bolt it down. I was also just going to bolt a normal vise to this, but them things were like $80 some at the Tractor Supply. I got a C-clamp for $15. I'll make it work. So this is the welding table here, but I got a bunch of crap on it. I'm building this welding skid, then I got a Husqvarna chainsaw that broke on me, so I got that all taken apart and everything. So I don't want to mess this crap up. This is the Dragon Wagon, by the way, the Fireball Tool Dragon Wagon. You know, if I had this opened up, I'd just build it on here. But I don't, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this the Fireball Tool Marauder table, get that out of here. I'll probably set it up somewhere over in here so the welder can reach it, and you know, I'm not welding over other stuff. And yeah, I'll probably do that. I got the C-clamp here. I got a piece of steel that's been laying in the shop forever. I've used it for multiple things by now. So I'm going to cut it right here, and then I'm going to weld the C-clamp about like so. Have some holes drilled in it, and yeah, it'll be that, I guess. Pretty simple. So I'm going to get this table out of here. Alright, so I got the cutting all ready to go. I'm all ready to start cutting it. I'm not too worried about if this piece of metal is 100% straight and square and whatnot. I just want to kind of get it close, and that should be good enough. I'm going to be using the Milwaukee 8-inch metal cutting circular saw. That'll get us a pretty good cut. Alright, so that's the piece we're going to save. Oops. Almost dropped that on my foot. Now I can clean it up. Alright, so now I got this mag drill set up. I got everything. So I got the plate clamped underneath the mag drill. Got that clamped to the table. So now I got the mag drill set up. We're going to drill 4 holes in this thing. And should be pretty easy with this mag drill here. I don't use actual cutting fluid. That's just motor oil mixed with bar and chain oil. Alright, so all the holes are drilled out. Now it's time to set the table up to get to welding it. Probably going to clean it up a little bit. It's not all dirty and grimy. Alright, yeah, so then now I'm all set up and ready to weld. I went and got this fixture table set up. Is it overkill? Probably. But since I have it, I started using it a lot more. And it's been making things look way slicker and way better than I can do freehand. So, you know, normally I would, like when I was back when I had my old steel welding table, you know, I just slap this piece on the table, kind of hold this wherever, weld it, and then bolt it down however it got bolted down. Since I have the fixture tables now, I've been using them for all kinds of dumb crap like this. What I did is I set up a fence rail here. I found the flattest, I found the edge that I want to have lined up with the clamp. I slid that up against these things, so that's all the way up against the stops. I shimmed it up a little bit just using these fence blocks here. That way I could slip my ground clamp in there. And then I was trying to come up with something to make the clamp straight and not like turned like this, you know. So I just got these things here, the little 1-inch, the 1 blockers, and put them on here. Oh, I needed to go a little bit that way still, so I got 2 more. Put those on. You know, there's room for these to move. So I mean, it may not come out like truly perfect, but it'll come out good enough for me. And then I don't want this to be straight up and down either. I want it to be kind of angled for multiple different reasons. So I went and found some shims and shimmed up the thread on here. So now when I weld this, you're going to notice, like as it's going down the road, that this is completely lined up with this, and then it's actually like it's not all cattywampus. I mean, like I said, you know, edges like this, yeah, they're not perfect, but I think for what it is, I mean, that should look pretty slick going down the road. So I'll get her welded up and then we'll get it bolted to the trailer. Alright, so I kind of got you guys adjusted a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Once I get some weld started, I can remove most of the fixed frame. But to get it started, you know, I'm going to have a lot of crap in my way. We're running a 90-10 gas too because I forgot to get my 75-25s filled and completely ran out. Alright, so honestly, that's honestly probably good enough for what I'm going to be using this for. That's the cool thing about these fixture tables too, is you don't have to like tack everything together and then weld it. Sometimes, you know, you can just start welding her out. And it still comes out pretty good. So we'll get this stuff out of the way here. I think that one kind of got wedged in when it pulled a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of right where it needs to be. You know, you can use it like a clamp I'm gonna get some more welds on here. Just because I can. Alright, so that ain't the best looking weld. But like I said, that's way more weld than what I need on there. And you know, if you were not a welder, you probably wouldn't even notice that the weld is a little bit jacked up. So now I can go ahead and just pull everything. Yeah, essentially this is ready to go then. I'm probably going to spray it down with some oil and stuff before I bolt it down. That way it doesn't rust or whatever. I might, well, I don't know, I might paint it. Probably not, I'll probably just keep it oiled. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Alright, so I guess we'll see if it works. I'll clamp it over here. The clamp's kind of out of the way. That'll simulate being bolted down. I'm not actually going to bolt it down to this table. And then, yeah, I guess we can see what needs fixed. So this is a climbing saw that I have. I'm going to clamp that like so. It's not working fully. Oh, it rotates. Okay. Yeah, it works though. I mean, it still rotates in the holder. I guess probably don't have to clamp it so tight then. There's a little roller ball thing. C-clamp rotates. So yeah, you just get it a little bit tight. Still able to move the chain. And yeah, you could definitely get in there and sharpen this little guy here. So yeah, that'll work. I'll get her bolted down. That'll be pretty slick. Alright, so I just have it clamped on there right now. I got the holes drilled though. I had to find some bolts. But that's essentially what it's going to look like there. That'll be my chainsaw sharpening station. I'm going to spray it with this crap here. That way it don't rust. And I don't have to worry about paint when I do that. So yeah, it should be pretty good. I think it came out looking pretty slick. So yeah, it's nice having them little satellite tables to be able to weld smaller stuff like this and still be able to have a bigger thing tied up on your big table. You know, I couldn't do that when I just started out, but now I can, so yeah.